If you've played Forts for a bit, you've certainly been in touch with lots of fun and interesting mods. But have you wondered how it would be to create your own mod? To bring your imagination to life? To crush the thoughts of your enemies? Then you're just the right place! Welcome to the Forts modding guide. Today I will show you how to get your files set up so you can get started with your first mod. So make sure to follow along the tutorial and pause to copy these steps. Also, use the video captions if you're looking for a specific step. I've been modding Forts since the 24th June of 2020 and it took me a really long time to improve, because I was just messing around without guidance until I figured out how Forts code works. If you find the courage to get your first mod going, I'm going to let you in on everything I know so far. Now to get started, what you need to do is to go to Forts, 10, go to the second bottom option here, and click on Search Local Data or Search Local Files, whichever it may be in English, and then you get access to your lovely Forts files. Next thing you need to do is go over to Data and to Mods. Over here will be your working place. If you're on another operating system, that might not work. So one thing I think will always work is going on Properties and turn over to Local Data, clicking on Search. So whatever device you're trying this on, if the previous way of doing it didn't work, then do it like this and you can still get access to your mod folder. Now where we have accessed our local files, we can see all the mods that are part of the base game, like the commanders here, and also the mods that we're going to add, like here are some that I've made. The first mod we will be making is to limit the game to 8 minutes. A good template for this is the limit 10 minutes mod. You can use Ctrl+C or just hold Ctrl and drag it with your mouse. This will create a copy, and we can rename the copy into the mod name you want to see in your local files. This will not show up in game. This is for your searching within your files only. Then we're going to change the display name. Using for that, I have installed Visual Studio Code. You can also use Notepad++ or whatever you're comfortable with. I like to use Visual Studio Code. The link to the download is in the video description. If you need a further tutorial, I could address this next video how to exactly do this, but I think you'll be able to figure that out quite easily. We're going to change the name now on all languages to 8 minutes. Usually you just remove all the language and only keep English if you can't translate to all the other languages. But because we just need to change the number here, it doesn't really matter. We can just change everything, it's not a problem. Now we go to the mod Lua file. Yeah, all the files we're working with are Lua files. It's quite interesting. And here you can see that it's in the category of rules. So when you're looking for your mod, you will find it within the rules section. To change the time of the game, we're going to DB and into rules. The rules has a lot of internal special features you can change about the game, like the time limit or the resources you start with. And DB is like the internal functioning of the game, where you change like constants and rules and everything like that. Nothing related to devices or materials or weapons. The time limit here is set to 10 times 60 seconds. You don't really have a way of seeing seconds, but if you're clever you can probably distinguish it by the time 60 here. We change it to an 8, and now we have limited the time to 8 minutes. Let's open our game Forts now and see how our mod can be uploaded from here. Now we are in our Forts game. You can already see a cute little modified background I've made. Actually, this one was made by a friend. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about. We're going to Workshop and switching over to Well, if it's gonna load. And switching over to upload. Then we are looking for our mod in the rules category, because that's where we saved it. It's called limit to 8 minutes. It has the standard preview file, because we haven't really changed anything about that. Now we press on upload and on yes. So we will find our mod on the workshop. Let's switch over to the workshop now. Here we have our mod on the workshop page. It's currently not public yet because Steam has to do its automatic safety search to see if the files are not damaging to anyone. You can leave a like on your mod if you want to, and change the description and everything you want to. Limits the game to 8 minutes. You can change everything you'd like about it and just design your beautiful little workshop page that's going to show up in the Forts Workshop tab on Steam. Anyway, we're going back into Forts now and testing out our mod on Sandbox. Switch on whatever map you want to. And for modding, I definitely suggest to you to favorite these mods. Rapid Fire, Fast Build, Unlock All Weapons, and the Unlimited Resources. This will help you out quite a lot when you're testing mods that add new content to the game you want to place quickly and test out how it shoots, for example. Now we search for limit 8 minutes, that's how we called our mod. Limit to 8 minutes. We have a local version that's saved only within your files, and a public version that's currently uploaded to the workshop. When you're doing changes, always make sure to test with the local one, because the public one will only be changed once you upload, so you won't see any actual changes while testing out different updates to your mod that haven't been released yet. We will select the mod and see how it looks in game. As you can see on the bottom of the screen, we have an 8-minute limit to the game now. And in the log that you can open with your console button, that's left to 1, you can see that here limit to 8 minutes is activated, activating mod limit to 8 minutes. So we have successfully created our own mod now. Isn't that just the most awesome thing ever? Can't even hit in a tutorial, that's ridiculous. I love it. Anyway, let's switch over to our next mod project now. A quick thing I would like to mention is that if you want to change your background as I did, you need to go over to Forts and go into Data again. And instead of mods, you need to go into UI, then Textures, Menu Backgrounds, Base. Here you can change out the files, they need to have the same name. I like to put them in a backup folder and then change them out to whatever I need to. So if you want a customized background, go ahead and do that. Sometimes when the game updates, like something new big, like for the Halloween update for example, it won't show up what you've customized. But usually when the game is in its normal state, it will show you nice new backgrounds. We're going to check out our mod on the workshop again. There's something very important I want to show to you. Limit 8. Limit to 8 minutes, very good. I'm also changing this to friends only visibility, because I don't really want to have it on the public workshop. You can of course have your first mods on the public workshop, I just don't think I need to put this to share it with all the Forts players. So what I want to show you is you can use the share button and then find your mod ID in here. You can also find it in your local files, but this works with every mod, your mods and mods of other people as well. How to see it in your own files works like this. You go over to Forts, Data mods and your mod name. Where is mine? It's limit 8. There we go. And then you have seen new things, item version and published file ID and preview. Those things have been added once you upload to the Steam workshop. Those are auto-generated and you don't need them in any new mod project. They will just automatically generate, so you don't need to do them yourself. You can always change the preview if you want to as well. Anyway, back to the topic, published file ID. This is very important. You can copy it, because there's something I'd like to show you. That's something that's going to help you quite a lot during your modding. When you go to local files, program files, let's do it with you, local files on your PC, this one, programs, then go to Steam, go to Steam Apps, Workshop, Content, and then go over to 41,900. This is the ID of Forts. Then you definitely should save this in your files, in your shortcuts, here on the left side. Just dragged it over to the left side and saved it somewhere on your quick access. Why this is so valuable is because all your mods that you have downloaded are saved in here, and you can look at the source code of them and take help from these mods to design your own mods better. So if I now input the mod ID in the search, we can find at our lovely little limit 8 mod within our local files. And this works with every kind of mod you have downloaded. Now make sure when you copy files from other mods that the mod makers give you permission for that. You can definitely check out all of my mods from Darkslayer 3000, because I definitely give you permission to work with those. That's not a problem for me. For example, we can go to Dark Technologies. Well, I just have to look for it a little bit. Here's a link for it, I know. Good, you can go over to Dark Technologies on Steam, click on share, use the ID, then go over to your little search bar. Here it is. Search for my mod ID. And then here's my mod. You can use all of the files here, for example, for your design. And you can also credit other mods that you have taken inspiration from within your mod with a little readme file if you'd like. That's always something that's appreciated when you credit other mod makers for helping you. And you can check out all the nice files, use whatever you need to help you, and make sure to not completely copy something, but always change it up to fill the purpose of your own mod. Just so you won't like actually just repost the content someone else has done and credit it as your own. That would be very rude. So make sure anything you copy you always just use as a template to change up into whatever you want to create yourself. And the final thing I would like to show you for today is my template mod. Going on the workshop, I have a link in the description for that. You will see my lovely assist template mod. When you go to share, you can copy the ID as always, then switch over to your files and search for it in your saved Forts workshop folder. Then with the mod ID, you will find the template mod. Make sure you copy the entire mod and add it into your Forts mod folder. Then just change up the number here, the ID number, with whatever you're going to call your mod. Now where you have created your mod, you can make use of the template mod to help you with designing whatever you'd like. You can find the link to my videos here as well, in case you have the files and forgot how to find the videos. There's a nice little greeting text for you. And most importantly, all the important file locations for you to do things. I'm going to be adding more and more stuff to this for this modding template until I'm completely happy about it. So in the current state you're seeing this, it's not quite completely finished yet, but it already has some very nice things to try out for you. More on the modding template next time. For now, just check out all the nice things that you already have in here and see how you can change things to make them more interesting. Currently everything is disabled that I've changed, so make sure to enable the things from the mod if you want to see how they currently work. So everywhere where enabled is false, just make it true instead and you will see all the fun little content you can change around. And when there's a long comment here in building materials, you can try this out as well and see what it does. Have fun with your template mod experiments and see you next time again, where we discuss another mod project we're doing together.